here now in the 157-pound weight class. We've got a battle of the unbeatens. Matt Gentry of Stanford and Jake Percival of Ohio. And if Gentry wins, it would be the first wrestling champion ever from Stanford, and that's a bit of a surprise. So here we go at 157. Both of these guys undefeated so far.
Both undefeated, but they have met each other in the All-Star exhibition in the middle of this year. They come together and bring the best wrestlers together in the year, and they met. And Gentry got out to a big lead, but then Percival came back and closed the gap, and it was a 13-10 victory for Gentry.
What I liked was he wrestled Tirapelli, the #1 seed in the semifinals, and he had over 4.5 minutes riding time. Percival is tough on top.
You guys are watching NCAA wrestling from St. Louis, Missouri, the Sabbath Center. So far, we have two #1 seeds that have battled here tonight, and both have won. Jason Powell of Nebraska, and you just saw Jesse Jansen of Harvard. 7 #1 seeds in all out of the 10 weight classifications will be wrestling here tonight.
All right, we're ready, we're ready.
This is a battle between a #4 seed and a #2 seed, Gentry #2.
Well, Stanford has done very well in collegiate sport, but they have never had a finalist in wrestling. Ohio has. They had a national champion as recently as 1998. It was Gardner at 158 pounds.
Incredible flurry right there because Percival got in and did everything right, and Gentry used a great escape there to keep things neutral.
Go inside. We're going to work in the center area, gentlemen.
The longer it goes with it 0-0, the more in favor it becomes for Percival right here. Gentry likes to jump out. He's very powerful, very quick, and he likes to jump out of the gate fast, Jeff.
This is a feeling out process now. They're measuring each other, and in that exhibition match that they had, Gentry did jump out to the big lead, and Percival came roaring back, and Gentry might remind himself of that, but there's that score. Nice takedown.
Go! Green down! Red will be up. Red, I want you to stay right here. You stay right here. Green, face that direction, please. I'll call you on. You stay right there. Red, you're now on top. Nice and easy. Good start.
Fred Ambrose, our official for this match.
One green.
I like what Gentry said. He said, last year I just missed being an All-American. And he said, it just never left my thoughts. He said, I knew I needed to make a radical transformation, Jeff.
And personal expectation. It doesn't matter what other people think. It's what you think. And he was disappointed, and he made the adjustments. He made the choices that made him a better wrestler. Most of that, it starts in the head.
And it started the next day for him. So it's a 365-day process. And here he is, the first finalist ever for Stanford. I'd call that a transformation.
Big transformation. What he doesn't want to do is have the nightmare of finishing second when you were close enough to win it. And Percival now with a chance to score.
This is great wrestling.
You're still neutral. Still neutral.
Doesn't get it. Nearly had the takedown.
You hear the official saying, you're still neutral. You're still neutral. That means nobody has control. There's no takedown.
And the first period comes to a close with Matt Gentry of Stanford holding a slim edge. 2-1 riding time, not really a factor. We are at the Sabbath Center in St. Louis, Missouri, here for the Division I NCAA Wrestling Championships. With Jeff Blatnick, Tim Johnson, and Quint Kesnick, I'm Dave Armstrong. Oklahoma State wrapping up yet another national title, their second straight, and there is a battle now for third place. Iowa has wrapped up second.
Jeff, here's where we're going to find out what kind of stamina Gentry has. Here, this is the national finals. One thing about Percival, he's got great lungs. I mean, he's got a tank on his back as far as air.
And if that exhibition match was any indication, Gentry seemed to fade late in the match. 2-2 your score right now. Percival nearly had a takedown at the end of the first period, and Gentry nearly had one there.
Let's go. Let's go, gentlemen.
You can hear the official, Fred Ambrose, really trying to hustle these guys back to the middle.
Work.
One thing that's happening here, Jeff, they're shooting, but they're staying square. They're not getting to the side.
Ready, we're ready.
Gentry, when he used that rotary motion, nearly scored on Percival. And that's really what you need to do in wrestling, is attack in two planes, not straight front and back, but to the side as well.
But guys, if you get to the side, are you vulnerable at all if your move doesn't work?
Well, if you don't get to the side and get across to the other man's ankle or knee, then you're vulnerable. It's a combination of both getting the angle, crossing over, getting the ankle and knee, and driving across. But usually what happens, Dave, is when you get in and you get to the side, the other man stuffs your head down. Once your head's on the mat, you're not going anywhere, Jeff.
Sprawl is what we call that as a defense. And there you see Gentry, hips down, legs back. That is a sprawl. And they're nearly getting that angle on the corner. Percival able to fend off.
Working. Now you're right here. You're up.
One of the great wrestlers of all time, Lee Kemp, was a great circling wrestler. He always kept rotary motion going.
Gentry in on the leg. He's coming up, and that's what he needs to do. And now it becomes a clock thing. The clock is his enemy.
Yeah, Percival did a great job there to counter.
And time will end as the second period comes to a close. The third period, will it decide it, or maybe it won't? So we've got NCAA women's action for you coming up right after our Wrestling Tonight exclusive coverage on ESPN2. You can either see Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Wisconsin, Green Bay, or many others. Check local listings for the game in your area.
Well, this is where Percival makes his living, Jeff. On top, he is tough. He loves to ride. And right now, he could even make riding time come to his advantage and maybe possibly be the part that wins it for him.
Absolutely. If I were Percival right now, I'd think of keeping Gentry down.
Let's go.
Stall called on Gentry.
Still green. Still green.
Percival here is looking for a stalemate. Gentry trying to make something happen.
And still gaining riding time at the same time. Control is still Percival's.
Great. Start our center.
Now,
Let's go. Out of there.
official Fred Ambrose says now it's Percival. He has called each wrestler for stalling in the last 15 seconds. It's going to make him think, Jeff.
The crowd's not happy with the calls. They sort of traded stall calls, but Percival maintains the advantage position. Riding time keeps ticking to his favor. Try to finish. Nice finish to bring Gentry back down to the mat.
Now, Percival has to move up. He's got to move up. Now, he's going to drive through.
Still green.
He's got that ankle, and that's what kept Gentry down right there. And this could end up in a stalemate as well. Oh, Gentry here turning the tables. Gentry's got leverage.
Well, he's got Percival flat. And there's the two-point reversal, and that's because he took his hips away. He knocked Percival off his base and got control.
That was a huge move because riding time was all of a sudden becoming a factor.
It certainly was, and what hurt Percival there was he was trying to hang on as opposed to attacking.
You know what this shows me? This shows me that Gentry is in better shape than he was a month and a half ago during the All-Stars. He does not look like he is tired at all, Jeff.
Big flurry there. And that's going to do it for Gentry. That was a huge takedown.
So Stanford, a school with so many national championships in so many sports, you can welcome wrestling to your club. Matt Gentry of Stanford, the first ever wrestling champion for the Stanford Cardinal. Gentry, the winner from Stanford in the 157-pound weight class. The Oklahoma State crowd anticipating Tyrone Lewis. That's coming up next.